6 months. No hose, no watering can, no panic during dry afternoons, no dragging pipes across the beds, and yet, my garden is green, mulched, fruiting, and very much alive. When visitors walk through my space, they always ask the same question: how often do you water? I smile and say, I don't. They think I'm joking. But today on Soil Stories, I want to show you exactly how I built a garden that survives, and even thrives, without regular watering. This isn't magic, and it's not luck. It's simply working with the soil instead of against it. If you live in a hot climate, pay for water, or just want a low-maintenance garden, this system will change how you grow forever. Let me walk you through it, like I would if we were standing together in my garden. It started with a hard truth. I used to water every day, morning and evening, buckets, pipes, sweat, but the more I watered, the thirstier my garden became. The soil dried faster, plants wilted quicker, I was trapped in a cycle. That's when I realized something important. Nature doesn't water forests every day, yet forests stay green through long dry seasons. So I stopped asking, how can I water more, and started asking, how can my soil hold more water? That single mindset shift changed everything. Because watering isn't the solution, water retention is. Step 1. I built living soil, not just dirt. Most gardens fail because the soil is dead. Dead soil is like sand. Pour water today and it disappears tomorrow. Living soil, however, acts like a sponge. So my first focus wasn't plants, it was rebuilding the soil itself. I added compost constantly. Kitchen scraps, grass clippings, animal manure, leaves, anything organic went back into the beds. Every time something decomposed, it increased the soil's ability to hold moisture. Within months, the texture changed. It became dark, soft, and crumbly. When I squeezed it, it held together like cake. That's when I knew I was winning. Healthy soil can hold 3 to 5 times more water than poor soil, which means every rainfall lasts longer. And that means less watering for you. Step 2. Mulch became my best friend. If there's one secret I swear by, it's mulch. I never leave soil naked, ever. Bare soil is like leaving your skin under the hot sun all day. Moisture escapes fast, so I cover everything with thick organic mulch. Dry grass, straw, leaves, shredded weeds, even old crop residues. And I don't mean a thin sprinkle, I mean thick. 5 to 10 centimeters deep. This does 3 powerful things. First, it blocks the sun, keeping the soil cool. Second, it prevents evaporation, locking moisture underground. Third, it slowly breaks down into more compost, feeding the soil life. After mulching heavily, I noticed something amazing. Even after 2 or 3 weeks without rain, if I dug under the mulch, the soil was still damp. That's free water storage. Mulch is basically a natural water tank. Step 3. I stopped digging and tilling. Honestly, this part surprised a lot of people. I stopped tilling completely. Tilling might look productive, but it actually destroys soil structure. It breaks fungal networks and exposes moisture to the air. Every time you dig deeply, you dry out your soil faster. So I switched to a no-dig method. Instead of turning the soil, I simply add compost and mulch on top and let earthworms do the work. The soil stays layered, fluffy, and better at trapping water. And worms create tiny tunnels that help rain soak deep instead of running off. Less disturbance means more moisture staying where plants need it. Step 4. I designed for shade, not exposure. Early on, my garden was wide open to the sun. Everything baked. Now I grow differently. I use taller plants to protect shorter ones. Maize shades beans, bananas shade vegetables, fruit trees protect leafy greens. It's like creating a mini forest. This layering technique reduces soil temperature dramatically. Cool soil loses water much slower than hot soil. Even partial shade can reduce evaporation by half. So instead of fighting the sun, I use plants to manage it. Nature already figured this out. I just copied the pattern. Step 5. I choose the right plants. Not all plants demand constant water. Some are naturally drought tolerant, so I focus on crops that fit my climate instead of forcing thirsty ones to survive. Sweet potatoes, cassava, pigeon peas, amaranth, sukuma wiki, okra, pumpkins and traditional greens thrive with minimal watering. Their roots go deep and search for moisture themselves. Once established, they barely need help from me. When you choose plants adapted to your region, gardening becomes easier overnight. It's not about working harder, it's about choosing smarter. Step 6. I capture every drop of rain. Rainwater is gold, and I refuse to waste it. So my beds are slightly sunken, not raised. This helps water collect instead of flowing away. Paths guide runoff into the beds. I also use small trenches and basins around trees to trap water exactly where roots can reach it. Even short rains now soak deeply into the soil. Nothing escapes. When it rains once, my garden drinks for weeks. That's the power of smart design. Step 7. I water deeply, but rarely. Here's the only time I water manually, when planting seedlings, and when I do, I water deeply, not lightly. Light watering trains roots to stay shallow and weak. Deep watering encourages roots to grow down, searching for moisture. Deep roots mean stronger, drought-resistant plants. So if I must water, I soak thoroughly and then leave the plant alone. This teaches independence. Yes, plants can be trained too. What happened after 6 months? Here's what shocked me most. My plants became healthier. Leaves stayed greener. Growth became steadier. Pest problems reduced. Why? Because stressed plants attract pests, and constant shallow watering stresses them. Now my garden feels balanced. It behaves more like nature and less like a struggling farm. And best of all, I gained freedom. No daily watering chores. No panic when I travel. No high water bills. The system runs itself. What this means for you is, you don't need fancy irrigation systems, you don't need expensive equipment, you don't even need to water every day, you just need living soil, heavy mulch, smart design, and patience. Start small, improve one bed first, add compost, cover it with mulch, stop digging, observe what happens. You'll be amazed how quickly the soil transforms, and once your soil holds water, your garden practically takes care of itself. That's the real secret, not more effort, better systems. Final thoughts from my garden to yours. If there's one thing I've learned growing soil stories, it's this. The closer we copy nature, the easier gardening becomes. Nature doesn't use hoses. Nature builds soil. So build your soil first. Everything else follows. If this method helped you or inspired you to rethink watering, imagine what else we can learn together. Subscribe to Soil Stories for more practical, real-world gardening systems that actually work. And share this with a fellow gardener who's tired of dragging watering cans every day. Let's grow smarter, not harder. See you in the garden.